crazy.
Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today, got the whole crew in the building. Got the boy Jay, got the boy DC, and had that boy Steven in the background and things like always, man. Gentlemen, what's up? Are y'all boys ready for them playoffs? Are you kidding me? Playoffs? Yeah, man. It's that time of the year, week 18, under wraps. There's no games tonight. That's it, gentlemen. Week 18, football season came and went just like that. DC? Yes. What's up, my boy? How you been,
yes,
man?
Yes, sir, man. Good, Fredo. We had a Week 18 preseason. Never seen that before, man. Yeah. It was pretty rough as far as these games. Some of these guys is out there taking snaps and playing. But sucks. The regular season's over. Now we're on to the playoffs.
Yep. Jay, how about you, man? How you feeling about Week 18, man?
Week 18 was hot garbage. It was terrible. People may not know. I work overnight. And I got off. I got a couple hours of sleep, and I woke up for the noon games. And I was like, "Why the hell did I do this?" I watched parts of noon games. I was like, "All right, man, I made a huge mistake." But now Black Monday, they call it, this is great. Yeah. I just been on Twitter all day looking at people getting fired, hired, interviews, and going on. So this is good. Constant news, we're gonna hit on. News happening all the time. We're keeping you up to date.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. Black Monday, here it is. It actually started yesterday, but yeah, man, there's plenty to talk about. Mm-hmm. And also, you know, a lot of players had incentives yesterday.
Yes,
and a bunch of them hit on them, and you know, we thought some records were going to be broken, but that didn't happen. You know, but some records were broken. You know, we got some players that we go talking about today, but let's start it off, man. Week 18. Yeah, boys, want to talk anything between the Ravens and Browns? Ravens won this game 35-10. Preseason game.
Preseason game. We already kind of figured how this was going to go, but Lamar and Derrick Henry did their thing during the game. It turned out meaningless, but yeah, but we can move on.
Yeah, ain't nothing here.
All right. How about anything from the Bengals and Steelers, man?
I can start out. Congratulations to Jamar Chase, 2024 Triple Crown winner. First in receptions, first in receiving yards, first in touchdowns, and he's about to get the bag.
Yes, sir.
DC, question is to you: How much he gonna get?
He getting 40 plus. I'm guessing around about 42 a year. That's what I'm guessing. He'll get around about 42, and he will sit out until he gets that. Hey, I'm telling you, what JJ get? He going to the top.
Yeah, JJ got about what, 40?
I think so. JJ got 40. He gonna go for at least 41, 42.
No, I think he got less than. He got about 35, 36. I can't look, man. Receivers making $40 million a year doesn't make no sense. It's not. Look, he's a monster. He showed he's a monster. He did everything in a year to prove he's worth a contract. But $40 million for a receiver?
It's here. And on the other hand, the other receiver, Pickens, where were you at? Right. You did that chirping the week before. Yep. Now, this week right here, you still non-existence. Yep. So I don't really want to hear nothing out of you again.
Yeah.
Steelers know how to find them receivers, don't they, boy?
Yeah.
God bless Mike Tomlin. He's been able to deal with Claypool, Brown, all these guys that come through here.
Deontay Johnson.
And also, like, it sucks that the Bengals didn't have a chance to actually make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
The whole scenario was, you know, they needed the Broncos to lose and the Dolphins. But the Dolphins lost their game, but the Broncos just had their way against the Chiefs.
Broncos went crazy against the backups.
Yep. And that sucks. But, hey, you know what? If the Bengals would have started off good, they went on to depend on other teams to win to get in. But shit happens, man.
Plus, they're a victim of a tough division, also.
Yeah. But they knew that going into the season.
Oh,
DC.
absolutely, they did.
They knew that, man. All right, let's go on to next one. All right, Texans and Titans. Panthers and Falcons. Anything on that one right there, guys?
Bryce Young. Bryce Young had his best game of his career. 5 touchdowns. He's been balling out. I do want to kind of ask the question, did we crown CJ Stroud too quick? Because CJ hasn't looked the same in the second half of the year. Bryce Young with less weapons. He's only got Adam Thielen out there. He's ticked up. What do y'all think?
I think CJ's still a better quarterback. I'm not just saying it because I'm a homer. I'm saying that because the year that CJ Stroud had last year, it still was one of the best ones where we've seen as a rookie QB coming out of college. Still was good. And, CJ Stroud hasn't been that this year, but he's been right there in the mid. So he hasn't downgraded bad as Bryce Young did in his rookie year.
Right.
DC, what do you think, man?
This year 3 is going to be the tail out. Clean slate for both of them, basically.
Yeah.
Rolling out. He's 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions on the year. But these last couple of weeks, man, he's really been balling.
Yeah.
I seen a stat somewhere. He's the shortest quarterback in the league, but the fewest batted balls. Think about that. He throws he gets the ball batted the fewest times of all the quarterbacks in the league, and he's the shortest one.
Yeah.
So that lets me know his movement in the pocket and his accuracy is pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Last thing on him, QBs with 3+ passing touchdowns and 2+ rushing touchdowns in a game this season only been done by Josh Allen, MVP frontrunner, and Bryce Young.
Yep. That's good. All right, next game, Commanders and Cowboys. Jay?
Only thing about that is Micah. Congratulations to Micah Parsons. He got above 10 sacks this year. He's in elite company to do that, and he from the get-go at the beginning of the game, it's weird. He had 3 snaps, 2 sacks. You can't do this more than that. Like the rest of the game, I guess he just went into conservative mode. But congratulations to him, and again, he's another one of them cats who gonna get paid.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get paid. All right, for those audience right there, man, thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. Remember, hit us up with your comments right there on YouTube. That'd be much appreciated. Give us a like, give us a follow, man. All right, next game, gentlemen, Bears and Packers. DC, you got anything on this one, man?
No. Christian Watson got hurt again, so.
Yeah. Oh, he's out for the season.
Oh, they found it?
Yeah.
Oh,
right. ACL.
ACL. Yep. So basically, he's back for the next season.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next game, Titans and Texans. Texans get the W right here on the road against the former Houston Oilers. They're 0-2 wearing those uniforms against the Texans, man. So stop wearing those uni against us, man. And the Texans advanced to 10-7, and that's good right there. Against the Titans right there. But Titans now get the number 1 pick overall. DC, how you feel about that one, man?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I just hope they do the right thing.
Yeah.
I hope they do the right thing. Don't just jump out there and take what's dangling in front of you. Sit down and get real serious about this.
Yeah.
But this can be some season changing moves coming out of this draft here. It ain't a real strong draft, but you can get enough capital to make a difference in your team going forward.
Oh yeah, there's a team out there that's desperate for quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
You can flip that number 1 pick overall into some future picks.
The Texans are 0-2. Titans are 0-2 against the Texans in those uniforms. Yep. I still wear them every time. Those are.
No, they should, but not against the Texans though.
Every time. Those are some pretty ass uniforms.
It just sucks that the Titans are wearing. Those are Houston uniforms.
H-Town.
That's H-Town's colors right there.
Y'all got y'all new ones that y'all wore Christmas
That's
Day?
not the same. I ain't gonna lie. It's not the same.
It's good to hear you say that, Fred. It ain't the same.
Hey, I'm a realist, man. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing, man. It's not the same. All right, next game. We have the Jaguars and Colts. Wow. Jay, you say you had something to say about this one right here, right?
Man, only thing is Brian Thomas. DC, you can take the Jonathan Taylor portion of this. He's been going crazy. But Brian Thomas Jr., we all knew he was going to be pretty good, but his rookie season, with the circumstances he was in, with two mid quarterbacks, Mac Jones and your boy, Lawrence. He still kicked up franchise rookie record in receiving yards and touchdowns. He led all rookies in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. He was one of 4 rookies in the Super Bowl era with 1,100 yards receiving, 10 touchdowns. Dude's gonna be a monster. LSU just push him out there. At this point, the third string LSU wide receiver, I'm drafting.
I'm telling you,
I'm getting him unrestricted free agent. They got a cat coming out in this year, Lacey, Kyron Lacey, I believe his name is.
Yeah,
he's talented. He seems like a knucklehead to me, but I'm drafting him third, fourth round, something like that. He's gonna be on my team.
Yeah, we all know that LSU produced some good wide receivers, man, in the past. DC?
Yeah, man. Jonathan Taylor, heater. He finished the season. I'm pretty sure he won some fantasy league for some people, man.
Yeah.
218, 125, 177. Woo! Back-to-back games like that, man. He lit it up. He came on really late because he was struggling early in the season when he was missed a few games. But this is the guy we wanted to see. He's got it in him. And just unfortunately, he just ain't got the team around him right now. And they're going to waste these years of his youth.
Yep. And they just gave him that nice contract, too. Yep. All right, gentlemen. Now to the next game. Bills and Patriots, man. Jay, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's all about the Patriots. It's crazy to see that they become a joke of a franchise. After 20 years of domination, they have a chance to lock up the number 1 seed or number 1 pick in the NFL draft. They end up winning the game because their rookie Joe Milton, the quarterback. He went crazy.
Yep.
He showed that he's talented. They end up dropping from 1 to 4, which is a big drop off in
a big gap.
Draft compensation. And they end up firing their coach.
Yeah,
but
Mayo.
Yeah,
Jake,
so we can see how Belichick and Kraft kept that hidden for such a long time.
It's like we only did it because we promised you were the coach in waiting. Okay, we'll give you 1 year. Bye-bye. You know?
Right.
Yeah, you get rid of Belichick, and then you put him in for 1 year.
Yes.
And then he's gone.
Yeah. That sucks, man. Like, they kind of did to him like they did to Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
It's like you won that game exactly how Lovie Smith happened, man. You won the game, but you had a chance to get the number 1 pick, but you got us from first to fourth now. Yeah. And it's like, all right, you got to go. Like, hey,
thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. But and they signed him for how many years? About 4 or 5 years?
Minimum 5, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Should be at least 5-year deal.
I mean, that's a good payout.
It is.
Go make some money elsewhere.
Good luck with that. And we're going to come back and talk about that more in our news and notes right there on the Patriots right there. Next game, Eagles and Giants. You got anything on that?
Nothing really. Saquon sat, which is good. Keep Eric Dickerson's record going, but man, that's it.
So with him setting out, do you think he missed out on the Hall of Fame? Because you're only 100 yards away. You're gonna go into the all-time leading rusher in that one in the season. That's a heavy thing to have on your trophy mantle.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring, man, just go in there and get that because I mean his numbers may not be there because he missed a lot of time. He ain't been just the healthiest running back.
Yep.
So I'm thinking he should have at least done that just to help with his Hall of Fame resume.
Me, I think records are meant to be broken. I mean, I mean, to me, he should have just broken the record. I mean, because somebody else is gonna come in and break in, and he's gonna look back on it. He's like, man, I had a chance to break it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, might as well have been you.
Yep.
And you only 100 yards, man. You possibly could have got that by the third quarter, especially against your former team.
Yes. Yes.
I'm here for the drama, and I like it, man. So it just sucks they didn't, man. But who knows what happens behind the scenes, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next game, Saints and Buccaneers, man. At first, I thought the Buccaneers was going to lose this game, man, but they came on and a halftime, and they just put a whooping on the Saints, man. And congratulations to Mike Evans, man. This will be his 11th season getting over 1,000 yards, tying the record with Jerry Rice. And he gets a nice incentive with $3 million.
$3 million, yeah.
And I hope he gives some of that money to Baker for helping him out. But what are your thoughts on, Jay?
Yeah, congratulations to Mike Evans. It's crazy that him and Jerry Rice are the ones to do this because neither one of them was the biggest, fastest, highest rated prospect, but they just continue to produce. Yeah. Him and Jerry, congratulations. And Baker, I thought they was going to mess it up. It looked early like the Saints were going to win this game. And then Baker just said, screw this. He actually ran a lot this game.
Yep. And also, mind you this, man, and Evans have done it with up and down quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Jerry Rice had most of his career with Joe Montana.
Steve Young.
Steve Young,
Joe
exactly,
Montana,
man.
yeah.
So he did it with a bunch of no names and someone with what's his name, Winston.
Yeah.
I mean, Fitzpatrick, Tom Brady. Damn. Yeah. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, you're right, man, because congratulations. 11 straight years, 1,000 yards. And I can't even remember some of the quarterbacks he had up before Brady, like Josh Freeman and some other guys. But, of course, you had the guy throwing 30-30, Winston, 30-30.
Yeah.
Yeah, but outside of that, man, he had some pretty bad quarterback play, and some kind of way he still managed to pull through. That's amazing. We never talk about it. We never talk about it when we talk about top receiver. But he's probably been the most consistent there is.
Yep, absolutely. All right, gentlemen, on to the next game, Chiefs and Broncos. Broncos just took care of business. They knew what they had to do. And by the third quarter, man, we knew this game was done already, man. All right, so what are your thoughts on this one, Jay?
Nothing, just Bo Nix getting him to the dance, and he had 18 straight completions or something like that. To start the game. He was on it. He was playing the preseason squad, but it is what it is.
But still pros. I mean,
yeah.
Bo Nix threw from 29 completed 26, 321 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And this is their first time going to the playoffs since their Super Bowl.
And when the quarterback was Peyton Manning.
Super Bowl 50.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. That was the last time the Broncos had been to the playoffs. DC?
No, I knew this was going to happen. They wasn't going to let the Bengals get in there. There was no way the Chiefs going to let the Bengals have a shot at this.
Yep.
That's good tanking.
Yep. Yep. All right, next game, Chargers and Raiders. Chargers, basically, they had to win this one to get the number 5 seed instead of the number 6. Because of that, now they're going to play the Texans. If it wasn't for that, they would have play the Ravens.
Yeah.
So they had something to play for against this game right here. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game?
Nothing. We're going to talk about the matchup, in the playoff matchup. What do you feel about the Chargers coming to town next? But
okay.
Yeah, nothing.
DC?
Brock Bowers, man. Shout out.
Yeah.
All the catches he had this year, man, as a rookie.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Did you see Gronk? Gronk said he's going to end up being the best tight end ever.
Oh, I didn't hear that. He looked like it.
Yeah.
He looks the part.
The way he started out as a pass catcher, one of the best tight ends. The dude is a monster, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Next one, Seahawks and Rams. Basically Rams didn't play their starters, the rest of their starters. Do you think that was a good idea, Jay?
Yeah, I think so. I think they kind of knew what was gonna happen. I think they wanted to win the game because if you watched any part of the game, Jimmy G was trying to. He was going for it.
Yeah.
They were giving all they could. They were just trying to save some people. But it is what it is. They end up playing Washington.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it ends all being good. It's all good.
Washington plays Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, Washington.
They
so
gonna get the Vikings.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Vikings,
Yeah.
Monday
yeah.
So if they won, they would have played Washington.
Yeah.
So they were trying to win that game, but it ended up not happening.
Yeah, so they get the Vikings. All right, next game, Dolphins and Jets. Y'all boys got anything on this one?
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers looked better towards the end of the year. Too little, too late, and he ended up throwing his 500th touchdown of his career. That's ridiculous. How many years he played, all them touchdowns, man. That's crazy.
And imagine his first 3 years, he was sitting in the bench.
Exactly. He was behind Favre.
So he could have got this way, 3 years ago, maybe. DC, what are your thoughts on this, man?
That's like 20 years. That's like 25 touchdowns a year that he was throwing, man, on an average basis. Yeah, I think he's done though. I think he's done.
That's it?
You think?
I think he's done, man. I don't know. I know he definitely won't be in New York because they need to move him up out of there because they got some disgruntled young players.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
yeah.
their locker room, they're going to have to move him up out of there or move him one or the other.
Garrett Wilson, call Jerry.
Gary Wilson, go back with your old quarterback.
Everybody
Ohio
wants Garrett
State.
Wilson. So quarterbacks with 500 plus passing touchdowns in their career: Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. That's elite company.
That's good company right there. Best of the best right there.
Yeah, I would take every one of them as my quarterback. So
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely, man. All right, next game, Cardinals and 49ers. I have nothing on this game right here.
nothing really. This was just a game to make a check.
Yep, that's it.
I want to see what the Cardinals going to do with Kyler Murray going forward. I was expecting a lot bigger year out of Marvin Harrison Jr. also, based on his draft capital, and are they going to be able to get somebody in there to scheme up him some plays? I no doubt the talent's there.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the offense that they got to get going to get him some more catches, man.
Yeah. All right, next game right here, man. Sunday Night Football, man. I thought this right here was going to be a little preview of the NFC Championship game right here, a divisional game. But, man, the Lions just had their way with them. But the Vikings had so many chances, man. They had so many chances to actually make it a game. But nope. This is the game that Jerome was waiting for. Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold. And when I was watching this game, I could just hear Jerome's voice. Like, this is what he was waiting for.
This is what's going to get him beat.
And final score 9-31. And this right here, the reason why the Lions are king of the North. And they hold that number 1 seed. So they got that first week bye. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
You can see that they played a decent game in the between 20s and 20s for the Vikings, but in the red zone, that's where they went short. Detroit, I will commend them what they're doing with all of these injuries. They're just subbing people in and out of the game. I have to commend Aaron Glenn, right? Aaron Glenn. Mm-hmm. How are they keeping this defense afloat? They're in the teens in people who have missed games or on IR or hurt. But they made a way. Sam Darnold, he was 18 of 41 for 166, average of 4 yards per pass. Again, Fredo just said it. This is what's going to get them beat. And the playoffs, it's just going to be this every week. I hate to see it happen like that, but if it comes down to it, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So with this right here, they had more injuries within the game.
Yes.
The Lions. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, and you thought, all right, this is it, right? This is where the Vikings are going to put up their numbers. Mm-hmm. No. And they was just next man up. And the defensive coordinator, what's his name again, Jim?
Aaron Glenn.
He should be considered for a head coaching spot, man.
Yeah, he's got some calls. I think mainly from the Jets, I believe, but we can check that.
And to be quite honest with y'all, man, I'm really very impressed how the Lions have dealt with their injuries, and also they're saying that Hutchins might even be back if there is a Super Bowl for the Lions.
Yes.
There's no guarantees with that, but man, imagine that, man. You get your star player back, your star defensive player back.
Yeah.
DC, what are your thoughts, man?
Man, there's blame to go around everywhere, from the head coach to the kicker to the quarterback.
Yep.
Kick the damn field goals. They ran 13 plays inside the 20. Kick the field goal. And why are we still on the 3-yard line lining up in shotgun? Turn around in the
I hate
eye, hand the ball off. You see the pass wasn't doing nothing. You got to switch the game up.
Yeah.
Your quarterback already having a bad night. You got to change the play calling. For some reason, I know Jefferson is good, but they looking for that.
He wasn't good that day.
Yeah, because you kept throwing it and overthrowing him. You keep throwing. Try Addison out. Try somebody different, man. But yeah, they made terrible mistakes, man. Left a lot of points on the board. At one point, that game, they should have been winning 15-10.
Yep.
If they just took the field goal, they should have been winning. Your defense is playing, both defense and first half playing lights out.
Right.
So that's a position where you think defense is good. Take the point. Let's help our defense out, because those turnover on downs, those are losses. You know, at least you kick a field goal. That's a small win. You get 3 points out of it. But the fact that he would not kick the damn field, it's almost like Dan Campbell had a spell on him. Quit trying to don't do Dan Campbell. You let Dan Campbell do Dan Campbell. That ain't for you. That ain't for you and your team. You screwed her out. You had a chance for a bye. So now you're in a position where you might not get through this next one. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. You might be in trouble this next round for you. Mess around doing stupid stuff. Take the points. Always take the points. Don't do what Dan Campbell do.
Man, our boy DC is frustrated on
No,
that.
he talked, telling the truth.
yeah.
Because when he was talking, I thought about that. Dan Campbell got in his head.
Yeah.
He knew. I will say Dan Campbell's aggressiveness on fourth down is a part of why they won this game. Because I think both of the early touchdowns came off after fourth down in short conversions. So Dan Campbell is like, all right, we're going to keep going for it. Kevin O'Connor was like, well, we got to keep pace. But he really didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
And then in the red zone, the Lions were 3-3, 3 for 3. The Vikings were 0 for 4 in the red zone. Come on, man. Yeah. It's this the story of the game. If you can't get in the red zone and actually convert,
Or a bunch of backups.
yeah. And Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes.
Oh, man.
DC, we talked about
We
it.
talked about
You were a little bit hesitant on him being a bell cow. He had 28 touches, 170 yards, and 4 touchdowns that game. What are you thinking about? You think he can keep this going?
That's a lot of touches, but man, he looked like he had no issues with it.
Right.
They interviewed him after the game. He didn't realize he had 28 touches. But you know, you got a guy that can call plays to keep you out of harm's way. That's another part of it, man. It's the play calling, those little runs to the outside. Hey, that did it. They didn't put him up in the middle dealing with those linebackers and stuff like that. But I didn't know if he could do it or not. But he damn sure showed me last night that he can handle that. So going forward, we're gonna see.
Yeah.
They should be pretty good to go, as long as he stay healthy.
Now, this is the crazy thing about the Lions. That can happen to any player on their team. You can see a game where Amon-Ra St. Brown gets 20 touches. You can see Jahmyr Gibbs. Laporta can do it. If Montgomery is able to convince somebody he can come back, he can be effective. So their offense is the one that's going to lead them. But if Aaron Glenn could do anything on defense just to keep teams like maybe the Eagles down, or if they end up seeing the Vikings again, if he can redo this, do this game plan, they're going to be okay. I'm still worried about the lack of players on their defense, but we'll see. And I do like Dan Campbell came up to Kevin O'Connor and said, "We'll see you in 2 weeks." I love that.
Yeah, but you know, and Sean may have something to say, but it could have been a lot better game, man. But it's just some stupid play calls, man. And Sam Darnold, he did miss some throws that he should have made. So shout out to the Lions. They got the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Gentlemen, anything else from all this right here?
And man, shout out to them 2 linebackers, man. One on each team.
Yeah.
Van Ginkel and the other one for for the Lions, them dudes, they were making plays all night long, man. Every time that defense out there, you was hearing one of those two guys name called.
The white boy with the long hair was going crazy.
Yeah, he was. Out there making some nice hits, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen. All right, now we're going to go to Jay. Jay, you say you want to talk about some scenarios now?
Well, let's go on to like our little segments. We're all fans of the NFL, but we have our teams.
Yeah.
I want to do an autopsy of the season of each one of our teams, and I'll start. So I'll just set the example. So we'll do an autopsy of the Cowboys season. I think a lot of what went wrong had to do with the slow start coming out the gate and injuries. So, of course, we know Dak Prescott missed a lot of injuries. Then we had defensive ins and outs, but they ended up the year with the 12th overall pick in the draft, and I can see some good things coming ahead. I'm worried about where they're going in the future, though. You got big contracts left and right. You got Dak. You got CD.
Parsons.
What are we doing with Parsons? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to go down the free agent road with him. Let him test. I don't want to go down the franchise road. I hope they can pay him, but that's going to hamstring you in the long run because we're going to have to let everybody go and keep 3 people. So that's what I'm worried about in the future for the team. What I do like is having that top 12 pick in each round of the draft. And now I'm going to move on to Mike McCarthy. I'm in the air. Mike McCarthy did well in the second half of the season, but I'm still frustrated with a lot of his approach to the game. A lot of things that he says he doesn't back up. He says he wants to run the ball all the time, but damn it, it took half the year just to start running the ball. To me, that don't make sense to where Rico Dowdle ended up with 1,000 yards, but it took 8 weeks before we even knew that Rico Dowdle was going to be the RB1. He says he wants to be back. I'm not sure if I want him back or not. Mike Zimmer, who's the defensive coordinator, again, started out slow. He was doing things, trying to be Dan Quinn all over again. So that's in the air. But I think going forward, they're going to be a middle road team. I don't see them getting back to the 12-5 days. I don't see them being a contender in the playoffs like usual. But just overall for the autopsy of the season, it's just bad play, injuries, and just dysfunction. Dysfunction in the organization, like always. But it's another year. DC, Tennessee Titans got the number 1 seed. Give me the autopsy of the season. What do you think went wrong? What do you think can go right?
We never could seem to find an identity on offense at all. New play caller, bad quarterback play, lackluster receiver play, bad right side of the offensive line, just terrible. So now we're going to have to go in this draft thinking like we got a lot of holes to fill. We got edge. We get no pressure on the quarterback. Push up the middle, but anything on the outside, we could not get to the quarterback. So I'm in the belief that we should back out, trade and get as much draft capital as you can, because this is actually a rebuild. It may not look like it to some people because some of the names you have like L'Jarius Sneed and Calvin Ridley, it may not look like that, but that's exactly what they're in, is a rebuild. And so I'm expecting them to back out of there and get as much draft capital as we can. Come out of here with an edge rusher and another young receiver, and we can find us a right tackle. We should be okay. That should look a lot better going forward because the right side is really bad on the offensive line. And So that's what I'm looking forward to next year. We had first year play call on offense, first year play call on defense. Lots of new faces. So hopefully they got a little time to gel together. And next year moving forward, man, we should be able to do a little better than this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and Fredo, your team is in the playoffs, but give me the autopsy of the regular season. What's kind of going wrong? What's kind of going right for the Texans?
So what's going right for them is the defense right now. The defense right now is going pretty good. They're pretty been very balanced throughout the season. Luckily, no one in the defensive line has really gotten hurt. They've been banged up here and there, but no ending season, no IR type of stuff. But overall, the defense is playing in a very nice, comfortable level, which they should be because your head coach is your defensive caller.
Yeah.
Now to our offense, man. That right there has been the biggest disappointing side of the Texans ball right there. Coming in from last season, we thought that this offense could be much better. Boy, man, that was nothing close from last year. Last year, we did it with a bunch of no names. We did it with Brown. You know, have you heard of him? Noah Brown?
Noah Brown, yeah.
I was like, he plays for the Commanders.
Yep.
You know, we did it with the banged up receiving core, and we still made it
Banged up offensive line.
bang off offensive line. And this year, offensive line been pretty healthy. You know, CJ Stroud has not got any major injuries, but play caller Bobby Stowick has dumped it this year. Man, he has not performed at well. The fact that he got a call for an interview this season, today he got a call for the head coach interview job for the Jets is mind blowing. Please take him.
He don't even fall under the Rooney Rule.
Man, I was like, man, please, whoever wants to take him, go ahead, because he cannot develop CJ Stroud whatsoever. This offensive line was abysmal. The offense was just not clicking whatsoever. Now, what the Texans did yesterday, I can understand why they had the little preseason series, that one drive is like, just to get them comfortable. And they look pretty good. But, man, mind you, it's against the Titans. There's a reason why the Titans are in the, where they're at right now, like DC just mentioned. But, that's nothing to beat your chest on. But going into the playoffs, man, the Texans are going to go through a defense that's pretty good. If I'm not mistaken, gentlemen, they're number one run stoppers.
Or scoring defense, one of those. They're number one in it.
Yeah, one of those right there. So they're not going against any chump defense. This could be a pretty good defense going into Saturday, and but I'm not too worried, to be honest with you. I feel like the Texans rather play the Steelers or the Chargers, but me personally, I'd rather play the Chargers over the Steelers, because if we played the Steelers, I feel the Steelers fans would have filled up that building.
Yeah.
Steelers fans.
It'll be
the
yellow.
Texans fans. But overall, man, how the Texans have played their season this year, like you asked Jay, has not been satisfied whatsoever, man. It's been very disappointing. But mind you, man, we had some injuries with Tank Dell, Diggs, and our offensive linemen just can't get their shit together neither, man. Bunch of penalties.
Okay. But overall, things are still looking up, in your opinion?
It's looking up, but changes do need to happen. We do need a new offensive caller. We need a new offensive line coach as well.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And so that'll be end of that segment. Next segment. Let's do a bandwagon. It's the start of the playoffs. This is like a whole new season. Me and DC's teams are out. So we want to do a bandwagon team for the NFC, bandwagon team for the AFC. And I'll start for the NFC. I think my bandwagon team is going to be Tampa Bay. I think I'm a ride with them. I do like what they've done. Baker, the way his style of play is I like to see how gritty, how tough he is. And I'm hoping they go far. especially if they somehow, some way can beat the Washington Commanders. That'll help me out. And then if they can somehow get to the next round and if Philly makes it, go ahead and beat them cats too for me. I am rooting for them. And then the AFC, Baltimore. I think this is the year I want Lamar Jackson to get his flowers, and I want him to go all the way. People shit on him in the playoffs, and but they act like the playoffs is easy. You're only going against elite teams now, so I want him to be the elite of the elite this year. I'm tired of this Kansas City thing. Josh Allen, I will be on your bandwagon. I'm just rolling with Lamar Jackson. So Baltimore, I hope y'all can do it this year. Get that monkey off your back. DC.
Yes, my NFC, I'm going to ride with the Rams. Probably got the most veteran quarterback on the NFC side. They got a pair of receivers, then they got a nice young defense and a hell of a play caller. And they've already beat these guys once this year. So I really want to see McVay get back in the mix, man. They've done a really good job of losing players and replacing players over the years. And for the AFC, I'm going with the Broncos. Bo Nix and the Broncos, man. I already seen the disrespect. They say they're a 9-point favorite underdog already in Buffalo.
My
And
goodness.
I know it's in Buffalo, but they playing with house money. They young and hungry. They have absolutely nothing to lose for the most part. All the pressure will be on the Bills.
Yep.
And I actually kind of like the matchup for them.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. 'Cause they got some nice young linebackers that can get after you also. So it's going to be more competitive than the numbers say, I think. So, yeah, Broncos for the AFC.
Yeah.
And Fredo,
Yeah.
you got a team in the playoffs, so we're going to go ahead and say that's your AFC team, I hope.
Yeah.
And then, so NFC, what you got?
So, all right. So with the NFC, man, because I want to make this stuff interesting, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Eagles.
Damn it, Fredo.
With the Eagles, I think that they have a good chance to really dominate with the NFC, especially against the Green Bay Packers. Packers right now not looking good whatsoever. To me, I feel like just run the ball with Saquon Barkley, and you should be good. And hopefully, Hurts will be back for this game right here. And then, to me, I think this week I'm gonna go with my bandwagon team for the NFC, the Eagles, man.
Okay.
Go Birds.
Ugh, oh my goodness.
Yep.
I just got a bad feeling.
Yeah, man. Give me the Eagles, man. And then with the AFC, of course, I'm gonna pick my Texans. With the Texans, man, I was looking at this, man. The Texans, every year they go to the playoffs, they always get that number that time slot.
Yes.
That 3:30 Saturday.
That's the Texans
Always.
time slot.
It's tradition, you know. This is a great history of tradition right here, and the Texans always, you know, do good within this. And also, I was looking at the Chargers' schedule. Chargers had a pretty easy schedule coming up. They didn't do good with playoff teams, but they didn't surprise me at all. So I really feel pretty comfortable picking the Texans against the Chargers, man.
Yeah, we can start breaking that down.
Yeah.
So,
So you want to go to the
let's
matchups?
go to that matchup now.
All right. Give me a second, real quick. Got to get everything together. All right.
But I agree, basically about what you said with the Texans. But we shall see.
Yeah. Okay. So starting off right here, we're gonna have the Texans at the Chargers. This is the first game right here, and the Chargers are favored to win this one by 3 points. And like I said, comfortably, man. Like I'm gonna pick the Texans on this one, and I can say that with 100% confidence that the Texans will win this game right here. Now, I'm gonna break it down why. I feel like our receivers are just a little bit more better than the Chargers. We got Nico Collins. Their best wide receiver is McConkey. He's a rookie. And he's going to go against Stingley. And Stingley's been holding it down this season. And McConkey is not your fast type of receiver. You know, I know he could be kind of tricky after the catch. And I feel like Stingley can hold down that spot. The way the Texans are going to win is through the air. Can't run the ball. The Chargers defense is pretty solid. Got to throw it a lot. CJ Stroud, get your shit together. Learn how to make them simple checkdowns. And for the love of God, do not do the screen plays with the receivers. Do not do that. Keep it simple. Slants, go routes, post. That's it. Play a little bit of play action. You got to keep the run right there, but we know that you ain't going to do shit with the run. But you got to keep it consistent for the play action. That's how you win the game. And also our defense. Our defense right there is a monster. Our two edgers going to kill it. Herbert, he's not a runner, so he's going to be more in the pocket. But I'm very impressed with Herbert throwing 23 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. That's very impressive. But he's going to have 1 interception against the Texans. And I think that right there is going to be who makes the most mistakes and wins the game. And that's why I picked the Texans. But I think the Texans are going to play a good, clean game for the first time this season.
What's your score?
My score is it's going to be low scoring, man. I'm going to say 24-13 Texans.
Ooh, wow, 24-13. I respect it. I'll go next. ESPN, the matchup predictor, has a 52.8% chance of the Chargers winning the game. And I will side with ESPN on this. I believe that the Chargers have as good of a team. And like you just said, Fredo, Herbert, 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's been playing better than CJ has this year. Dobbins is the leading rusher. That's in the air. I would rather have Joe Mixon, but the ground game overall, you know the Chargers are going to continually keep running. So they're not going to give up on their ground game, and that kind of helps the Texans because the Texans have good rush defense. And then you said McConkey. If McConkey goes off, y'all are totally cooked. But I think it's going to be a 24-20 game. It could go either way, but I do believe that the defense of the Chargers is real, and I think the Chargers win 24-20.
Okay.
DC?
Yes. Fredo, everything you said scared me about you guys winning when you said you're going to have to win through the air.
Yeah.
You have to be able to run the ball for the Texans. And it's going to be a struggle, but you're going to have to stick with it. That offensive line, you got Bosa on one side, Mack on the other side. They're going to give them fits on the edge. They really are. And if CJ holds on to that ball, it's going to be a problem. Lad McConkey, I think he's going to get his. He's going to get his. Just don't let all of a sudden Quentin Johnson out here catching 50-yard bombs on you. You definitely got to keep him in. That's gravy on it. Anything Quentin Johnson do, that's going to be the gravy. But McConkey, I think he's going to get his, man. He's just an awesome route runner. He's good at it. And outside of Brian Thomas, he's going to be, looking at the draft, he might be the second most value player in that draft with the numbers he put up, 1,000-yard season. But I'm going to take the Chargers 17-13.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Next game, we got the Steelers and Ravens. Steelers are going on the road against their division rival. This will be the 3rd time playing them this year. And the Ravens are favored by a lot, 10 points. Yeah, man, go ahead and give me the Ravens, man. And the reason I'm taking the Ravens, man, is just the Ravens are too explosive right now. They're coming into the season, especially towards the end of the season, hot, you know, ever since, what was it, like after Thanksgiving? These boys been on fire, man. Defense has been holding it down, but the key to this is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the one player, man, that's really holding down this team with that off balance. You don't know if they're going to run it. You don't know if they're going to pass it. But the way they're looking like right now, man, the road to the Super Bowl is with Derrick Henry. Just let him do him. He's going to be all right. Lamar Jackson, 41 touchdowns this season, 4 interceptions. He's been playing good. Been playing clean. You know, Lamar Jackson, you know, run to you nice 15, 10 yards, first downs, keep it clean. You don't have to dump down to the Steelers playbook. Just let the Steelers be the Steelers and Ravens do the Ravens, and you should be good to go. Give me the Ravens, man.
What's the receiver? The Ravens receiver.
Flowers?
Yeah, Zay Flowers. Got nicked up. Knee injury. That's the only thing that gives me kind of worried. I think it's going to be a lot on Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson in the passing game. But we've seen the Steelers for the last 5 weeks, and it hasn't looked pretty. Nothing from the Steelers-Bengals games convinced me that they know what the hell they're doing on offense besides throwing the ball deep. If it's not a Pickens deep ball, if it's not a Mike Williams deep ball, I don't even think Russ can see it. I think Russ can only see checkdowns and deep passes. And then if the ground game, which we know the Ravens defense has come on lately in the year, and they're staunch run defenders.
Yes.
So the last game was very entertaining. It was closer than we think it was, but I'm gonna still go with Baltimore. Baltimore, this is their time. Derrick Henry rushes for 130, and the Baltimore Ravens win 31-20. 31-23. I'll say that.
Oh, I didn't get my prediction.
Yeah.
My score prediction would be 21-10.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the Steelers don't do nothing in that game, basically.
No, like I really don't see it. Like I truly don't see the Steelers. Steelers have been playing like shit for the past 3 weeks.
That's right.
And the beginning of the season, man, it looked like the Steelers were on it, man. But luckily for them, they started off hot. That's how they made the playoffs. DC?
Yeah, I'm going. Steelers got the worst quarterback in the playoffs. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Let's go ahead and put them away early. Don't leave them around to give them any type of confidence. Go out there and beat the brakes off of them early. I'm looking at it probably like maybe a 28-10 game.
Yeah. Okay. And also, because these games that we're talking about now, besides the Texans, all of them are outdoor. So the temperature is going to be 30 degrees outside. And both teams playing outdoors, so it really don't matter, man.
And this game is Prime Video.
Prime Video, yep.
And it's on Saturday?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
After the Texans game.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't wait. This is going to be great.
Go ahead and watch that and get your subscription on with Prime Video. This has not been promoted by Amazon whatsoever.
Pay us.
All right. Next game, man. Now we're going to the Sunday schedule on this one. So we got the Broncos at the Bills. Bills are fair to win this one by 8.5, and I believe that, man. Go ahead and give me the Bills. This is the Bills' time to shine to me, man. This is my favorite outside from the Texans. You know, like if my team does get eliminated, you know, I would like the Bills represent the AFC to do something here, man. And nobody expected the Bills to be this high. All of us in this table. So yeah, that's it, man.
Right.
It's going to take a lot for Josh Allen to perform and do outrageous. And look at him, man. 13 wins and 4 losses. And plus, let me tell you all this number here, man. They're undefeated at home.
Oh, yeah.
This season. So the way they win, man, is just doing the Bills type of football. Josh Allen throwing for maybe 280 yards, you know. James Cook rushing for 80 yards, 90 yards.
And a touchdown, definitely.
You know, just keep it simple. Very simple. But what scares me, DC would just said, Broncos playing with house money. Nobody expected the Broncos to be up here, man. Broncos, they got the edge, 10 wins. Congratulations. Bo Nix, good rookie, but I think it's going to hit them differently in Buffalo, the crowd right there. Yeah, man. So I feel more confident with the Bills, man. I think this is the Bills' years right here, man. Jay?
This game worries me. I am scared if I'm a Bills fan because I know Sean Payton don't give a F. Sean Payton going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. It's going to be trick plays. It's going to be fake punts. It's going to be fourth downs. It's going to be everything. He's going to throw out everything he's got in his playbook. What's the weather going to be like?
30 degrees.
30 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay.
Clear skies.
I'm going to pick the Bills, but I'm scared because the defense of the Broncos ain't no slouch. Patrick Surtain is still the man. And the reason why we didn't believe the Bills could get here is because of the offensive weaponry. Mm-hmm. We still barely know their receivers. I mean, they have Amari Cooper, downhill of his career. Keon Coleman, uphill of his career. He's just okay. Khalil Shakur, he's probably in the prime, but he's Khalil Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So I feel we were justified in being surprised at how they played, but this game scares me. I am going to pick the Bills, but it's a field goal win, 20-17.
Damn it, man! I keep forgetting getting my damn score prediction. This one right here, man. I'm gonna say 20, 23, 16.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, 23-16.
So we both going Bills, right?
Yep. I got Bills.
All right, DC.
Taking the Broncos.
Yep.
If they can get Bo Nix through the first quarter to not get rattled, because the crowd is going to be going wild.
Yeah.
The Broncos lead the league in sacks. They're top 10 in yards allowed. I think this is the game where Josh Allen looked like he did he's going to give you some turnovers. I think this is going to be the time where he show up and he gives you that pick that you just like, what in the hell did you just do? Yeah. And I think the Broncos are going to take advantage of it. They can get Bo Nix not to get rattled through the first quarter, maybe quarter and a half, and let him settle down. Because I think that his guys will make some play. I think Sutton and the other guys and Mims will make some play. Watch out for Mims.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. Because I think they're going to get to Josh Allen. I really do. But I'm going to take the Broncos to win this 20-17.
Okay.
Okay, so we got it reversed. ESPN predicts 68.1% chance of the Bills to win this. And, of course, they are minus 8 points, which is very disrespectful.
Started out at 9, so that tells you people are betting on the Broncos.
Yeah.
They moved the money the other way now.
Betting it down.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. Next game. Here's will be your 3:30 game right here. Packers at Eagles. Go ahead and give me the Eagles, and the Eagles are favored by 4 points. Eagles right here, like I said, just run the ball. Hurts, you don't have to do too much, man. Just let Saquon be Saquon. And then once your defense gets in there, your defense go take care of the ball. Your defense has been rolling this year. I think what's going to win you this game is going to be your defense. Your defense is going to have their way against the Packers. Packers have not been looking legit. They've been very questionable. Some games, and some games they have gone very lucky to win them. And I just don't feel that confident whatsoever with the Packers going into this game. Go ahead and give me the Eagles on this one with some confidence.
Score.
Eagles win. I'm not predicting high scoring on this one either, man. I'm going to say 21-10.
Damn.
Yep.
All right, so my only question is, as of 3 hours ago, Adam Schefter said Jalen Hurts is still in the concussion protocol. He's going to start the week off a little bit sluggish, I would assume, but most likely they're going to clear him for a playoff game. Somehow, some way, he's going to end up playing that game. And as a matchup, Jordan Love versus Jalen Hurts, I think that's a scratch. I think they're even. I have even confidence in both. Running game, Josh Jacobs versus Saquon Barkley. I give the nod to Saquon, but Josh Jacobs ain't no chump. He gets multiple touchdowns. I think last 8 games he's had 12 touchdowns, which is ridiculous. And then in the passing game, this is where they kind of lose me for the Packers. They lost Watson, who is a big part of their deep threat. The rest of the cats they have are intermediate receivers and then quick pass receivers, and their hands aren't the greatest. I just don't think that they're going to be able to get open against Vic Fangio's scheme. So I don't have faith in that. And I believe that the Eagles receivers, they're going to get open, man. A.J. Brown's a monster. Devontae Smith is a monster. And then Goddard is going to somehow, some way get those little BS RPO passes that there's just stupid first downs that they always get with those stupid RPOs. And I believe the Eagles win this game 27-22.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Eagles too. I think they're just gonna run down their throat. I wouldn't expect Hurts to have to do much, but that line says -4, which I thought it should be way more than that.
Yeah.
I figure the Packers are gonna turn it over. The quarterback, he's gonna give it away a couple of times. I would expect with that defense. But yeah, Josh Jacobs, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be some tough sledding. These guys met the first game of the year.
Yeah.
I think there's a Brazil game.
Yep.
Yeah, there's gonna be some tough sledding, and I think Saquon went off in that one.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but Eagles, I'm gonna go 26-13.
Okay. Damn.
26. Oh man, 13 points. Y'all are really disrespecting the Packers. But I still think it don't matter if they win. They lose by 30, lose by 2. They still gonna lose. I think.
Yep. That's what Vin Diesel said. Winning is winning. I ain't sure on my house. And also the weather out there in Philly is going to be 36, sunny, clear skies. Yeah.
It's interesting that they start out with all AFC, and now they're hitting all NFC. But yeah.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. Next game, man. This one right here is going to be, to me personally, this is like a toss flip right here. This one right here, but I got to pick one. Commanders at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are favored to win this one by 3 points. I just have more confidence on the Buccaneers defense. So go ahead and give me the Buccaneers, man. I think that also what's going to be key for the Buccaneers offense is going to be the running game. What's the running back? Irvin?
Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin is going to be the key to win this game right here. As long as Baker Mayfield does not throw a bunch of interceptions, he's going to throw at least one.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as it's under one, they should be fine. They should win this game comfortably. But this one right here, I feel like it's going to be a high scoring game. This one right here, my projection is 32-28.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so to me, this is going to be the kitchen sink game for Todd Bowles. Him against rookie quarterbacks is usually in his favor. I think he blitzes the hell out of Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels has played very well, but now this would be his normal offseason. He's never played this deep into a season, and I kind of think it's going to catch up to him. Watching that Cowboys game, he played the first half, and he couldn't get anything shaken. They were on him like white on rice, and I believe that the Buccaneers can do the same. I have more faith in the Buccaneers offense and Baker, even though they did struggle the last game, but they're going to be at home again. The Commanders lose the game. Buccaneers win. I agree with you. High scoring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 35. I'm gonna go 35-27.
Okay.
For the margin of victory. Buccaneers are favored by how many again?
3.
3. Okay, so it's about an even game. Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
DC?
Yeah, I think this is a must win for Todd Bowles. Because I think if they'd lost yesterday, he'd have been. You'd have seen his name come across this morning.
Yep.
He has made some questionable calls throughout the year, and struggling with some teams that he really shouldn't have been struggling with. But I'm gonna take the Buccaneers. Like you say, the running game, that's gonna be the two-headed monster, and then of course Mike Evans gonna get loose for a couple of them. But of course, Washington, house money. You won 4 games last year. You're in that position. Nobody expected you to be here, and weather's not going to be a factor. And I expect Jaden Daniels to run wild. Yeah, they're going to have to try to keep him in check, really, with the legs part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Buccaneers 27, Commanders 24.
Gotcha. Yep. Mm-hmm. For being Florida weather, it's gonna be 52 degrees, man.
Oh man,
at
Tampa.
Tampa.
Night game too.
Yeah,
night game.
So that's pretty cold for Florida. Yeah, absolutely. All right, on to the Monday night game right here, man. So we have the Vikings at the Rams, and hold on, my bad, I'm kind of lost. Page. All right, and the Vikings are favored by 1.5 on this one right here, and on this one right here. Man, the Vikings are not giving much confidence to pick them right now, man. But I got to respect their offense. On top of that, their defense is much better than the Rams right now. So go ahead and give me the Vikings, man. And I'm not too confident on that pick, but I'm going to take the Vikings. Sam Darnold cannot perform the way he did yesterday. Whatever he did last time in the play calling, don't bring that stuff to LA, man. Keep doing what y'all do when y'all beat up on these teams. Don't give too much into the hype that you have to beat the Rams at their home. Just go in there and be comfortably with the Oz playbook. Don't overthink it. You got Justin Jefferson, you got Addison, you got Jones, and your defense is elite. Your defense is going to take care of it. But the Rams, their offenses ain't no chumps neither, man. Mm-hmm. So you got Cooper Kupp, you got Puka Nuka, and it just is going to be a very close game. My prediction for this one, 28-24.
Man, I was thinking the same thing. Who?
Vikings.
Okay. I was thinking the same exact thing. I'm going to go 28-24. But this can go two ways.
Yeah, it could.
This can be a close game like that, or the Vikings just blow them out the water. I can see a scenario where the Vikings defense gets after Stafford over and over again. And he's got his helmet turned sideways. He's looking at the ear hole. But I agree, 28-24. Vikings do not play around with these cats. Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, they will cut you at the legs if they can. And Sean McVay is a hell of a coach. Yep.
That's a better coach out of the two.
Well, we'll see, but I think there's a talent disparaging between the two teams. I think the Vikings are way better talented, and I think they come in and get the victory. But again, it's going to be either close or a blowout. DC?
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
Ooh.
I'm taking the Rams. I don't think the talent is that much different. I like the Rams running back better. And when you stack the two receivers up, Puka and Cooper Kupp versus, of course, JJ, he's the best one of all of them, and they got Addison. The difference for me is going to be Brian Flores. He's going to be the difference maker. Brian Flores versus the Rams offense. Like Jay said, if they can get to Stafford, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But also, like Jay said, don't play around with these guys.
Yep.
Do not let them stick around, or you're going to be in trouble. Because they can match you point for point. When they get hot and get rolling, they start calling them plays, and they can put some numbers up on you real quick. So whenever you have opportunity to put them away, you're going to have to put them away. Do not play around with them. So I'm going to take the Rams 24-20.
Gotcha.
All right, so if the Rams end up winning this game, who are we blaming on the Vikings side? Are we putting this on Sam? Or are we just putting this on? No, I'm just saying, like, if you were to predict, you think we have a bad Sam Darnold game?
Yes, that's very possible. That's very possible.
So I'm gonna say this, man. All right, like I've said this many times at this table. No one projected the Vikings be where they're at right now, man.
I know I didn't.
No one did, bro. I mean, like, this is their house money, man. And like the way that Sam Darnold is playing right now, nobody expected this, man. I mean, this is the first year that he's had a great team behind him, man. So you can't put that much blame on Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
You really can't. I mean,
but he's playing for a contract.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
Yes.
And he will get a contract.
From who?
Yeah.
From somebody. There's going to be a team out there.
He needs to pick and choose his contract.
Right.
He needs to play himself into a Vikings contract.
Yeah.
Because if he ends up going to L.A. or not L.A. but Vegas or New York, either one of them teams, it's just going to be the last shit he did all over again.
Yeah.
So he needs to play well so he can earn a Vikings contract, not a contract from just anybody, because he needs KOC as his coach.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he need Justin Jefferson, them don't get to go with you either.
Yeah.
They don't get to go with you. Addison don't go. Hawkinson don't go with you either.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, gentlemen. Anything else from these games right here?
I just can't wait.
Yeah.
I have a question. Of all these games, if you had to pick an upset out of one of them, which one would it be?
Texans.
I got you. I got you.
I mean, yeah, you asked me the question. All right. Besides that one, if it's going to be a real upset, I want to say it'll be the Commanders and Buccaneers. If the Commanders won that one.
I got my eye on two. I'm gonna rank them. My biggest upset would be Denver. If Denver can beat Buffalo in Buffalo, that'll be a big upset. In Green Bay, maybe somehow, some way, Jalen Hurts ain't right, and he tries to put the team on his back and gets a little selfish on those read options. He doesn't give it to Saquon, and he tries to take it on himself. That could be a big upset, but my biggest upset would be if Denver somehow, some way wins, and I'm actually worried about that one.
Yeah.
So I guess we would all agree the only one that's really a slam dunk we think would be Baltimore.
Yes.
This week.
Yeah. Well, man, those divisional games, you never know. I mean, shit. All right. Hey, also, we got some comments, man, from Average Man. Average Man, what's up, my boy?
He's giving us picks.
Yeah. So Average Man put in his picks, man. So he picks the Texans over the Chargers.
Of course.
He picked the Ravens over the Steelers.
Smart.
He picked the Bills over the Broncos.
Got it.
He picked the Eagles over the Packers. He picked the Commanders over the Buccaneers, and he picked the Vikings over the Rams. And then we got also a new comment. His name is Big Lewis 88. What's up, Big Lewis 88?
Big Lou, what's going on?
He said Bears beat the Packers. Yes, they did.
That crossed my mind too.
And then he also gave us a thumbs up, man. What's up, Big Lou, man? Thank you for joining in. Average Man, also, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate y'all. Y'all got any questions, any comments y'all want to chime in on? We are down to clown. But appreciate y'all viewing.
Didn't that Green Bay quarterback get hurt in that game? Love, didn't he hurt his elbow or something?
Yeah, they said that he's gonna be okay.
Okay.
But Christian Watson is done. And I want to ask DC. So I can't remember. Did the Rams play the Vikings
Oh,
already?
they beat him by 10.
The Rams beat.
The Rams beat the Vikings by 10 earlier in the year. Remember it was the game where the face mask should have been called in the end zone?
Okay,
It was
yeah.
on a Thursday night game. Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, they sure did. They beat him already.
So, you guys want to talk about Tyreek Hill?
Oh yeah. I'll introduce. So of course Tyreek Hill had an up and down season with the Miami Dolphins, and Fredo. After the game, he had some comments about his status as a Miami Dolphin, and you felt very strongly about things that he had to say. Go ahead and let us know what he had to say. He did say on his future with the Dolphins, "I'm opening the door. I'm out, bro. It was great playing here, but at the end of the day, I got to do what's best for my career. I'm too much of a competitor to just go out here." Fredo, you felt very strongly about those comments. His floor is yours.
So we know that he won how many Super Bowls? 2 Super Bowls or one? No, 1 Super Bowl.
Uno.
1 Super Bowl with Kansas City Chiefs. He said that he thought that Tua was exact quarterback, just like
Patrick
Mahomes. And we even thought, that's pretty ballsy to say. So he went in there, get in his bag. I'm not mad at that. Get your bag, man, please. But now, his first year in Miami, his numbers were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Second year, mind you, his quarterback did get concussed a lot. Now this is his third year. Didn't go as so great. Now he's often, saying that he doesn't want to be there, that, he got to do the best with his family. Hey, I agree that 100%. But the fact is, man, you chose this team. You knew what the hell you were getting into, man. No one told you that you were not deserving that money. No, you were. You were very deserving of that money. But you put money over wins. Now you want wins over money. You can't have both of them, man. If you wanted to win and create your legacy for your name, you should stick with the damn Chiefs.
Yep.
But if you want investments, health, wealth, all that, you choose Miami. I understand. You're from Florida. You want to be closer to home. That's cool, man. But the fact is, you gave up on your team by the fourth quarter. You gave up on them. You just went in there, you did your interview, and you did it like a coward. I don't appreciate that, man. The fact is, Tyreek Hill, you still have 2 more years in that contract. I don't know what team's going to want to take a chance on you. They're going to have to be desperate, because the fact that you did that and you gave up on your team like that and you put it all out there in the same day, God, man, it just does not look good on you. And the fact is, man, I really do hope that you get opportunity, but just to let you know, man, no one's going to take on that contract you got.
And my thing is, be careful what you wish for.
The grass ain't green.
The grass ain't green. Who say he gonna go to a contender?
Right.
With the contract he got, there's only a handful of teams he may be able to fit in. Hell, if Vegas trade for you, you gotta sit there, shut the hell up and take it. We see what happened with Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams did all his hullabaloo and he ended up on the Jets, same position as the Raiders. So I just think it's asinine, because early in the season, the dude actually said he wanted to be a Dolphin for life. Mm-hmm. What the hell happened?
And he restructured his contract.
Yeah. No, he didn't even have. They did that on their own at the beginning of the year.
Man, this is a
they
franchise.
gave him more money up front.
And this is a franchise that have been sticking with you.
Yes.
And also the Kansas City were taking your dumb stuff with it as well. Bro, it's like these franchises have been bent over for you, literally, and have taken your BS nonsense with it. Mm-hmm. But you are just, you're dissing them like this. Man, you're an ungrateful player, bro. Ungrateful, man.
He wants to go back to KC. I guarantee it.
Yep. He should have just stayed. If you stayed there, this whole three-peat thing we talking about the Kansas City might have been already done by now.
Yep.
If you'd have stayed there, man, y'all had something really nice going on, and you chose to leave. Like you say, Fredo, I don't mind you getting your bag, but now don't crawfish on the whole situation. Like, I'm out now. No, you stay there. You made that bed, you lay in it.
Yep.
Mess around, you be up there in New England somewhere.
Yeah.
Catching passes because I wonder how the locker room feel. You come out there, they say he didn't even want to go back in for the last 2 series. Really? You quit on your team.
Yeah.
So why would anybody in the locker room even really want you back with that type of attitude, man? He's been had an off season the whole year anyway. We don't know if it was him or if it was a play calling, but something in Miami ain't right.
Yeah.
And I guess if you keep putting a microphone in his face, we will eventually find out what's going on. Because he look like he has no mind at all telling what's going on. So, but yeah, that's on him, man. He can't be getting mad now, want to take your ball and run. These NFL players are starting to act like NBA players now.
Yeah.
Man. They really are. Man, I don't want to be here. I want to go here. I want to go do that. No, it don't work like that. You signed the contract. You took these people money.
Yeah.
Sit there in that bed. And that's on you. Stay there.
Yeah. We got a comment from Average Man, and he's putting his word into this. I lost some respect from Tyreek Hill because the way he's handling this. I agree with the Average Man. And also the thing is, he's caused more chaos being in Miami than he was in Kansas City. Everything with his off issues with his baby mama, his house burning down, him getting arrested on
Before a game.
Before a game, it's just we don't know how much the Miami organization has covered up for you that we don't know of.
Actually, same for Kansas City. I guarantee he was a headache in Kansas City. It just Kansas
It's a small
City's-
town,
and it's
small.
such a good organization.
Yeah,
It's not going to
cover it
get
up.
out.
Right.
Yeah, and also, and when they asked Daniels, Mike McDaniels about his comments, he didn't even know about it, man. Like he was like, "What?" It was like
He was just told he's unavailable. When he asked what Tyreek Hill
is it injury?
the staff told him he's unavailable.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man.
That's dysfunction. And also, they're supposedly bringing him back. McDaniel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bringing him back?
Yep, they're bringing him back.
They gave him a go. So we can move on to other news. Joe Sheehan, Brian Daboll, John Mara released this is the owner releasing statements time of the year. Releasing statements saying that they will be back, continue to try to get this thing right, and I am here for it. I love that they did this move. Joe Sheehan is the one. Him and Saquon Barkley are forever going to be linked because of Hard Knocks. And John Mara said Joe Sheehan and Brian Daboll will continue in their respective roles with this organization. As disappointing as the results of the season have been, Steve, Tish, and I remain confident in the process that Joe and Brian have implemented and their vision for our team. So am I, John Mara. Yeah. I appreciate everything you do. Now go mess up this first round pick, and I'm gonna be good because that's a weight off my shoulders. I thought Vrabel was gonna end up there or something. Maybe look, y'all got it. Appreciate you,
man. It's funny that Jerron likes to go on a misery within the division.
Absolutely.
And obviously the owner didn't see the banners up there before every game. Sell the team, fire the head coach.
Yes.
He said, "F that." Like I don't need no help messing up this team.
John Mara is who people think Jerry Jones is. John Mara is oblivious if he thinks that these cats can get them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jerry gets all the flack, all the arrows in his way, but hell, look at the record since the Eli and the what's that vacation boat with Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Look at the record after that playoff game.
Yeah.
How well this franchise is done, and it's New York.
Got a question for you, Jay. So, what are your thoughts on Jerry Jones not putting in Cooper Rush to get his $3 million? Was it $3 million? Incentive?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, man?
I'm not sure. It's up in the air because there are people in the media in Dallas saying that he can still pay it. Like that's optional. You can still do it and not pay it, but if I'm Jerry, I'm gonna pay it still, But they had to see Trey Lance do something. You traded a 4th-round pick for the dude, and he hasn't seen the field, even though we've been out of the playoffs for a while, and it ended up perfect. If they would have won that game, I would have been pissed off for one. But he needs to just pay that money.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush went 4-1, 4-2 down the stretch, something crazy. But he still has the option of paying it.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's true. They said he needed 80 plays. And they felt like he was not going to be able to get 80 plays. If he did play, he still wasn't going to be able to get those plays in to activate that bonus.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about Doug Peterson being let go by the Jaguars today?
Give it a grade.
I can't believe it took this long, to be honest with you.
That's right.
He should have been fired by week 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he should have been fired.
Yeah, he's been out the door.
Yeah.
I give it an A++.
That he got fired?
That they finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
I think he single-handedly made Trevor Lawrence look worse than he is. Trevor Lawrence ain't no slouch. He ain't Peyton Manning or that we thought he was going to be, but he's better than Zach Wilson. That's what they're making him look like.
So who's the new head coach for the Jaguars moving forward?
I don't know, but I think it's going to be a terrible because you still got Trent Baalke, the GM. You got the clean house. When you do that, move that GM too. Get them both out of there because he's going to hire somebody. Then they're going to have to figure out how they're going to get on the same page. You had an opportunity to get rid of the head coach and the GM, and you just got rid of the head coach. Like the GM ain't been picking these players for you all these years. Get him up out of there. That's why they ran up out of San Francisco. Move him up out of there. Yeah, he needs to go too. But he ain't, and you'll know by the head coach he picked.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real telling.
Okay.
Further on those lines, the Colts have fired defensive coordinator Gus Bradley, and I also give that an A. I believe that his defense has held them back, and they had to fire somebody. If they didn't fire Steichen, they had to get rid of somebody for this atrocious season.
And if Richardson don't get no better next year, about halfway through the season, somebody else is gonna be rolling out the door.
GM.
Yeah, middle of the third year. Yeah, somebody's head's gonna roll for sure.
Next one, let's go to Lou Anarumo was fired by the Bengals.
Defensive coordinator. To me, this is scapegoating him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely is.
Because the Bengals don't have the talent on defense to be a dominant defense. But
somebody had to get fired.
His defense was bad.
Yeah.
But man, I just think they needed a head to roll to, and I don't know how they gonna upgrade.
Yeah. You have to lead and sack lead on your team.
Yeah.
You know, Trey Hendrickson.
17 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just 2 years ago, people wanted to interview this guy for a head coaching job, and now like that, he's gone. So, like you say, somebody head had to roll.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if the head coach, but I guess you got to keep somebody there. Nobody really want to go to Cincinnati anyway with that ownership.
Man, I'm telling you, man, like if it wasn't for that Super Bowl, like Obo would have been gone last year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks, they fired Ryan Grubb. DC, you had some comments about Ryan Grubb earlier in the season. What did you think about that?
Yeah, they did right. McDonald realized what he had and be like, we got to get up out of this. This is my first head coaching gig. We're not going to be dragging no dead weight. I see that this is a mistake, so we're going to go ahead and nip this in the bud right now. My first year, I'm going to bring somebody else in. I have too much talent on this offense for to do this kind of stuff. To us to resort to having to drop back and throw the ball that many times with Geno.
Yeah.
So, they did the right thing. I really want to know who they're going to bring in. That's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because this is first year head coach, and he's not a dummy. I was like, man, like you making me look bad, and it's I don't need a second year for that to be shown. That's a lot of respect for him doing that.
And the Bears have requested to talk to Mike McCarthy, which is interesting. He hasn't been fired yet, and they're still offering to give him an interview. Wow. If you're Mike McCarthy, which one would you rather go to? The Chicago or stay in Dallas?
I think it's going to go back to the whole deal of like I asked you a couple of weeks, do you have leverage now? Can I get a little bit more power, Jerry? Can I do this? Can I do that? I think that's going to be the breaking point right there.
Yeah.
And if he gets another team that wants to interview him, that's going to be even more. He's like, Jerry, what you going to do? You going to do this? Because I think on the 14th, he can't do it now, but after the 14th of January, he can actually interview with other teams. So I think we're going to find something out here probably in the next week or so.
If I was him, man, if he doesn't want to be in the spotlight, you know, and of course also being, you know, Jerry's puppet, and you want more control, man, go to Chicago, man. Maybe in Chicago you could develop that roster the way you want it and run the offense that you want to do. You know, like you said, DC, I want more control over the personnel stuff. I don't know, man. Like being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys nowadays, man, you're gonna have to accept that you ain't got no calling whatsoever, but take the blame when they lose.
Yeah. That's
it, man.
That is true.
Until Jerry is no longer in the outer. I don't even know what's going to happen by then, to be honest with you. I think he's still going to manage the Cowboys from heaven.
From the grave.
Yeah, from the grave.
Last coaching thing, I got Rex Ryan. At least he feels like he's the front runner of the Jets job to get that back.
Man.
He said, if I'm the Jets coach, Aaron Rodgers won't get the country club treatment. And he said he's the best candidate for the Jets coaching job.
Are the Jets hitting him up? Or
they interviewed him.
Man, the Jets, man, I promise you, that organization's never going to go nowhere.
I would love it.
Bro, for entertainment purposes, I understand. Entertainment purposes, I get it, bro. But you as an organization, if you want to move up, man, you take your ex-girlfriend back.
Yeah.
That's I always say, man, that's never a good idea. There's a reason why she's your ex. I do not do that, man. Like this organization, I feel bad for their fans, man. Of all fan bases, all fan bases, that big old market they got, you know, you go get a shit show. Hey, man, good luck, man. See, man, if y'all season ticket holders for the Jets, stop going to the damn games, man. Just stop. Until your numbnuts stop buying tickets, they ain't gonna change. They're not gonna change.
How is the best candidate for the job sitting on the couch all these years? How's that even possible? They interviewed like Ron Rivera also. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Really?
Man, Jesus, man.
This ain't no time for the throwback. You got a whole nice little young crew up there, and you want to bring these guys in?
Also, I heard that the Texas head coach is getting requests to get interviews as well to the NFL level.
Sark.
Yep. Yeah. So, you know, I'll go with him.
Be surprised.
Something fresh, something new, man. Like, you want to go with sucking toes, Rex Ryan? Nah, I'm good, man.
Footman.
Yeah.
The last couple things, Michael Pittman played with a fractured back all season.
I remember him being in and out. At one point, he's supposed to be going on IR, and he kept playing. He never went on IR.
His back was fractured, dog.
Dog, how the hell was he playing?
Why would you play? I'm sorry.
Ain't
like,
no way.
There's no way. And then Deshaun Watson.
Oh, man. Good old Deshaun.
He's recovering from his Achilles.
He owes me $150, bro. Bought that damn jersey, man.
And that's all I...
So what's up with Deshaun? What's going on?
He had a setback.
Yeah.
He re-injured himself on his recovery for his Achilles.
Oh, the massages got to him, bro. His masseuse therapist went too deep.
He didn't get that special ending like he wanted.
God, that's another franchise right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's all I got. Great show.
Yeah, awesome show.
Man, I can't wait for these games.
I know it.
I can't wait. I gotta make sure I get all my rest before and after work.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man. Saturday, you know, it's right in the corner. It's gonna be very interesting. Can't wait. Unfortunately, you know, like this is going to determine my weekend.
Yeah. Early. Yeah, you got your feelings may be great or hurt early.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm ready for whatever happens, man. The win or loss, I'm just mentally ready for it. I'm not gonna be so down about it as I was last year. But yeah, man, I'm pretty much ready. You know, both of y'all are lucky that your teams ain't gonna be right here. That's I'm stressed that.
Hell no, that's not
filled with, man. Now that's some stressful ass shit, man.
Yeah.
If you limping in or you on full throttle going
Yep.
in. That's
Yep.
the difference.
Yeah. And you're always going to hear from that one coworker. What happened with your team?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's up with your team? And then my excuse is always, well, did your team make the playoffs? I just shut them up like that.
Right.
But gentlemen, anything else?
I think we're good.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap it up for today's episode, man. Thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. Like always, please hit that subscribe, like, share. That'd be much appreciated. We'll be back next week, same time, Monday, 5:30. Other than that, have a great weekend, y'all, and we'll be back for the divisional rounds and see what's up. Until then, peace.
Deuces.